What's going on, YouTube? It's your guy, Walker Ogle, with Matthew Zook here, and today we're here for episode 3 of the Alphas Table, and we're joined by a very special and well-wanted guest, the EJ Ernie Boy Bo Shears. EJ, how you doing?
Swag.
Swag. How's your day going, EJ? Your fine Sunday going?
Pretty boring. I mean, this is all I had to look forward to today. I got up, got dressed. That's about it.
Good. Matthew, how you doing, buddy?
Pretty good. Had a pretty eventful day, so we'll talk about that in our next section.
Okay. So, we'll just dive right into things. Twitter trending. Matthew, what is our first topic today?
Okay, so our first topic is going to be Sunday vibes. So we're basically just going to discuss how our Sundays have gone, what we have done, and yeah.
All right. EJ, start us off. How's your Sunday and how have your Sundays been?
My Sundays have been pretty boring. I wake up.
You already said that.
Hey, man. I'm just trying to vibe out here. Pretty much, I wake up, spend the whole day doing nothing. I did some biology work today, so, I kind of did some stuff. Then we kind of tested this out, ad-libbed it, and that's about it. I put this jersey on, got my sunglasses, swag. That's about it.
Okay.
Nothing new.
What have you done today?
Well, I kind of woke up at 12:30.
Nice. Same. So.
Yeah, it's the first day I've slept in. I don't even remember. I fell asleep last night with my AirPods in, listening to sad music per usual. Woke up to a very sad Billie Eilish song. I got up, did a little bit of work, been working on this, put on my own jersey, Coop, that's how it be.
Trash. Bad take.
I've just been building a deck all day, nothing too cool, but we're almost done with it. We got the steps down now, so yeah. So
That's cool. Man, it sucks going around, not going around, but, church. I haven't been to church, and I can't tell you how long, man.
Oh, I know. It's been forever. Because, before I came home from school, I hadn't been home for a month. So there was a month of not going. And then now we can't go, which we've been doing this for about a month. So it's been 2.5 months, probably.
Mm-hmm. And who knows when it's going to be back, too. So
yeah.
It's just crazy. All right, that was just a quick little Sunday vibe check. Check the vibe.
Did we pass, EJ? Did we pass?
Bro, I look like this. We all swag. We all pass.
Cool.
Except Walker. Walker, your tank top's kind of sticking out of your jersey there, bro. What you doing, bro?
I'll be sure. At least it's blue.
Yeah.
It's a different blue.
Hey, leave me alone.
That's the only tank top I've ever seen.
Thank you. Smile. All right, we'll go ahead and move into our second Twitter trending topic, which is Uno. Matthew, why is it Uno? What's so important about Uno?
Well, you ask what's so important. It's actually a great thing that one of my favorite YouTubers, Mr. Beast, did. So yesterday he had an Uno tournament between top influencers, including Jack Black was there, Nate Shot, leader of 100 Thieves.
Pause the video. He didn't have an Uno tournament. It was a rock, paper, scissors tournament. This is Uno about Courage JD. Don't know what you're talking about.
Yep, I'll explain the rock, paper, scissors.
No, you've done enough. You've done enough.
Okay. So with Uno, so basically 2 big things happened this past week with gaming and influencers on Twitch and YouTube. The first thing is a very popular streamer, Courage JD, had a crazy stream going on where he was raising money for COVID-19 causes for I think it's the CVC or C. Yeah, going on with that.
Grandmother.
Bust up his grandmother. But he had a crazy Uno tournament that, oh man, I can't tell you how many laughs I've had off that Uno tournament. It was just so funny with him, with Courage, Tim, Marcel, Ninja. Oh, it was great. Yes, EJ.
I have a question.
Okay.
Who won?
I'm pretty sure
Tim won the most matches.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, that's all. We get. Just wait.
But yeah, they raised over $800,000 during that one stream. And another amazing thing that happened this week was Mr. Beast. Yesterday, he had a rock, paper, scissors tournament with 25 of the top influencers. So Jack Black was there. Nadeshot, leader of 100 Thieves, was there. Let's see, Jeffree Star, Ninja, Tfue. And anyways, the winner of that was, what's that look for?
You just keep doing your thing, boss man. That's why I get it.
The winner of that was Nadeshot. He actually ended up winning it, and he donated his money to Jack's
his fundraiser that he was having for charity.
And but during that, they raised over $1 million for their COVID-19 charity. So that's really awesome.
Nadeshot had to go through quite the host of opponents, starting with Jack Black, then on to Addison Rae.
The hardest renegade of his life.
What was she doing there? Like,
influencer, bro.
Somewhere she posted on Instagram, she was like, "I'm doing this thing with Mr. Beast," and I was like, "She's not playing video games. Why she got a controller in her hand? What's she doing?"
She had like a gaming mic on. And then he went on to beat Ninja, and then he went on to beat. Who was the last person? I can remember.
Casey Neistat.
Yeah. So that was a great tournament.
Before we go any further, I just want to say, Ninja did it.
I'm Team
Tfue all the way. Ninja did it, bro. Ninja was the one that let the bots in. It was Ninja.
I'll put that on. It wasn't. We're talking about that next, though. Don't worry.
Hey, this is the same segment, bro.
It is not the same segment. You are incorrect.
Hey, I thought this was you and me, Walker. Like Zook didn't even. Zook didn't put enough effort.
Zook's out, Mr. Mark.
Okay. All right. I guess this is y'all's show now. I'm the guest.
Yeah, you are the guest.
All right. So we've got Twitter trending out of the way, and we've basically gone into the next topic with hot topics. Today's hot topic segments are, one of them is going to be Ninja Tfue, the big, not crazy big, but a little clash they had during the tournament. And then we have something fun, something unique, some would you rather questions that we're going to debate on. So me and Matthew probably know the most about this. So Matthew, what happened between Ninja and Tfue during that tournament?
Okay. So you see, they were asked not to stream the tournament, so all viewers were focused to YouTube to donate. And Tfue made the mistake, first of all, of streaming it. And then he was going through his DMs with Mr. Beast, and he forgot to full screen, which is like where you can't see his screen on stream. And it leaked Mr. Beast's phone number and the streaming URL. So hackers ended up getting in and shutting down the charity event.
Which was pretty bad.
Yeah. I mean,
had 600,000 people watching. Had to go be restarted because of that.
Yeah. Well, you see, I mean, it was a mistake, okay? Let's be real here. But I don't know. Tfue called Ninja.
From what I understood, what happened from it was after he did that, Ninja went into the Mr. Beast channel chat and said, "Hey, Tfue accidentally leaked this, and that's why it's paused. That's why it's frozen." And Tfue's followers, for some reason, blamed Ninja for it being leaked. And Tfue had a clip on Twitter, or a clip on Twitch that was on Twitter of him. Basically, I don't know where it came from. He's like, "Ninja is a pussy and will not fight me." I don't know where that came from personally.
It's because Ninja.
Well, no, that was after Ninja's wife and everything. Like Ninja's wife took up for him basically.
So here's what I'm hearing happened. Ninja secretly hacked Tfue's account, let the hackers in, and then played the victim and snitched.
See, EJ is the type of people who are blaming Ninja for whatever reason.
That's because Ninja is the most unlikable person I've ever met. Him and his wife. And that's just my opinion. Hot take. Hate me if I'm wrong.
Hey, that's what we're here for. I'll tell you.
Can we talk about what his wife said?
Let's talk about his wife. Let's talk about his wife. Now, in my opinion, his wife definitely shouldn't have said anything. It wasn't her place. But what she said
does this all the time, though. Is the thing.
It's not her
she said
place.
some fire. I want to read to you. I don't know if Matthew, you've seen this, but
I did. When she was talking about the only reason he does this is because he's having to pay millions to FaZe and all this.
She didn't say that, but what she said,
yeah. You want me to pull it up? I can pull it up.
Roll the clip, bro. Roll the clip.
I can read it. I have it right here if you want me to read it.
Okay, go for it.
So, what was said by Jack Teeny, which is Tfue brother. This is what Jessica originally had said. Yeah, Tfue leaking was a mistake, but it wouldn't have happened if he listened like everyone else and he was told not to stream the event and direct all the viewers to the main YouTube channel to raise money for charity. Now it's hacked and being restarted. Now, this is true. She shouldn't have been the one to say it, but what she said was true. And he responded, wow, hate on Turner, literally the biggest streamer on Twitch, which I'm pretty sure is a lie now because he only streams Fortnite, and right now...
It is. I mean, he's the biggest Fortnite streamer. You can say that.
Even though Fortnite's dying. This is a bad way to address this. And she, coming from the left corner...
The top ropes.
Off ropes. She says, no, Jack, the reality is Turner is desperate for money, which is why he streamed it instead of using his social following to lead them there. Also, why he's begging for a public fight with Ninja. He wants money and he's only making it on Twitch and YouTube right now. Sorry, I am not. A little bit of Yoda right there.
Who is she again? Last time I checked.
This is just...
Well, I mean, she's defending her husband.
No one would have known about her if Ninja hadn't have blown up.
Well, I mean...
Obviously, no one knows about us that much.
Everyone knows about us.
No.
149 people.
All you just need a little hat backward, you need a little shade, you need a little swag, jersey swag. Look, let's down with the jerseys. That's what I'm most upset with you about. But anyway, just...
You want me to put on a jersey?
Who gives her the right?
You want me to put on a jersey?
You want to put on a jersey?
Go put on a jersey. Go put on a...
And we're back. Matthew with his Tim the Tapman jersey on.
Sir.
Now we're presenting something with a jersey. Cowboys, Grizzlies, Tim the Tapman, all unique, all fun.
You now take the fattest of dubs.
Thank you.
Dubs. Jameis Winston beat the Dubs.
And where were we, EJ? I think you were talking about...
I was just talking about, like, where does Ninja's wife... I mean, I get defending your husband. Where does she think that she's, like, can just... I don't know. Just so many ignorant people on Twitter. And just, I mean, I know she cares about him, but...
I mean, I feel like that was kind of a bit far, but I don't know. Because, like...
Yeah, because if Tfue's out there saying that...
But they've always hated each other. And honestly, Ninja kind of started this whole beef in the first place. Like,
I smell beef cooking. Nah.
Right, so we covered this topic pretty well.
Yeah, you say so.
All right. Now we're going to move on to, like I said, something a bit different than what we have done is Would You Rathers. And we have two really good ones and one off to the side. The first Would You Rather question is, would you rather be a superhero or a supervillain in the real world? Matthew, start us off.
I'd say superhero. Because, what?
That wasn't the question.
Yes, it was.
The question was, would you rather be a superhero and no one knows who you are, or be the most well-known
I know,
villain?
but I wanted to just be like superhero or supervillain, because I didn't really care about the other part.
Oh, okay.
I just want to know superhero, supervillain. What do you want to be?
I bet. I just thought that's okay.
Well, but like the question EJ said kind of puts more meaning on it because I might pick villain then.
Right, because like
would rather be a famous villain.
Adds a little context.
Okay, we can talk about supervillain, superhero, and then we can add that. We can
that's fine.
All right, so Matthew, superhero, supervillain.
I'd say superhero. Just because, like, obviously everybody's going to like you a lot more if you save the city rather than trying to destroy it. Okay. But villains do have better powers most of the time. But I'm still gonna stick with superhero.
Okay, EJ.
I'm villain all the way. I mean, somebody's got to be the hated one. Might as well be me. What's new?
Okay. In my opinion, I want to be the super villain because if this is the real world, where like I don't have to worry about a superhero always beating me because that's how it is in movies. If it's the real world and I'm a supervillain, oh man, that'd be so cool. Because who expects it from me? Who would expect? Raise your hand, all three of us, if you would expect me to be a villain.
More like a backpack in a gun situation, but not really like a.
Oh my god. But I don't want to be that because I would love the feeling of, not love it, because this sounds very morbidly wrong, but I would love it if like a holograph came over the world and said the world's and the universe's most wanted villain. And it's just my face, just, hey, my face pops up.
You sound like that guy at whenever he was at San Diego Comic-Con, and he was like, I think of myself as better, well, not better, but yeah, better than the average person.
Not better. Well, I'm better than everybody. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm kind of confused. Zook goes, yeah, I want to be a hero. The villains have better powers and stuff, but I still think I could beat you guys.
Not always, just like sometimes, like not better, just cooler.
All right. Well, with this, how about we add a little twist on it? Would you rather be a hero that nobody knows who you are, kind of like Clark Kent, or would you rather
that's a bad example. People know who Superman is.
People don't know it's Clark Kent.
Obviously. But people know who the hero is.
Kent, or are we talking about like if it's like I went and saved the day and nobody ever knew I saved the day?
That's what we're talking about.
All right, so
like you don't get any credit for saving people.
How about we add a little twist to the question?
No, we're keeping this in.
Did we not add the question?
I'm just trying to restate it for the third time, so we don't, because we keep messing up.
You need to quit being
awesome. How about we add a little twist to it? Would you rather be an unknown superhero or a famous villain?
No, let's put a little twist on it. Would you rather be a famous villain or an unknown superhero?
Just said that.
What are you doing? I would rather be a known villain.
Why?
Why is that?
It's a trash.
Because you're known.
I got something for you.
Like the best thing is credit, right? What?
Trash take, bro.
You said you wanted to be a villain last time.
Get ready, kid. Get what? Can you see that?
I'm so lonely. I think you picked up the wrong notepad.
Oh, my bad. My bad.
Wrong notepad.
Piggyback off my joke. Piggyback off the joke. I knew I should have left that for the live take. Anyway, Zook, yeah, I said I wanted to be a villain earlier, but like, if I'm the most well-known villain, then everyone hates me, and I can't have that on me. Like, I'd rather just do the good and have nobody know about me.
Do the good. I like that.
Yep.
This makes no sense whatsoever.
We did this take 3 times.
I would also... Do you mean this makes no sense or EJ makes no sense?
EJ doesn't.
I don't.
No, because you said earlier you want to be a villain, and now you're saying because you would be known as a villain, and now you're saying no, I want to be a superhero who no one knows that I just saved them.
Are you making fun of people that are bipolar? Confirmed Matthew is a racist.
Confirmed?
What is this? Move along. Walker, what's your take?
My take is I think I'm also going to have to go villain just because I said I like villains. I want in a hypothetical situation, dang, it sounds like I'm a bad person, but I want to cause problems. It sounds like I'm
to hurt a lot of people.
But in movies, villains are so cool. And superheroes most times are either a big hit or a big miss. And I'd rather be a big super villain than hurt people.
Yo,
I want to destroy cities.
so your special guest has a special guest of his own. He's talking about his personal villain. Come on, join us, Matt. Join us.
Yeah.
A little
What's
surprise
up?
guest here.
Hello, Matt.
Hey, watching this, you were talking crap in the comments with the 0-21 thing. I think I would be a little bit more intimidating if I was like 5'5" with brown curly hair. You know what I mean? But that's cool. Don't worry about it. It's all good. I'm not mad about it or anything.
I smell some beef.
All good.
Beef, bro. Okay, no.
That's all I had to say.
That's what it was.
Hey, thank you
What?
for coming, Matt.
He's gonna kill us. Then.
I don't care.
You know his dad can.
Appreciate the input.
I don't care.
So yeah, we're not
Wait,
going to
I said
paycheck.
0-25.
0-25. It's 0-21. They tried their best.
Well, what does that mean?
He responded,
school's
"Oh,
record.
Yeah.
The school's record.
On to our second would you rather. Would you rather know how you're going to die or know when you're going to die? And the thing is, you can't prevent it. We're going to go with that. You cannot prevent it.
I want to know when I die. Because if I know how I die, like say I die by a car crash, I will be afraid to ride in cars. Or I die by a airplane, I'll never fly. Like knowing when is way better.
Okay. EJ?
I'm kind of the opposite. Like, if I knew the day and it was like shorter than I expected, then I would feel like I'd have to like live up to everything from then. Especially if it was like young, like it was like 34, November 7th or whatever. Then I'd be like, oh, I only have this much time. That's kind of sad. And so I just like dread it. So I feel like if I knew when rather than how, like how, I'm just like, okay, is whatever. But if I knew when, it'd definitely be worse.
I agree. I'm going to have to agree with you just because, and I understand, like, if it's, I'm just going to pray that it's not by a regular death like car crash, because if it's a car crash, then I would be scared. But hopefully it's by something random, because I couldn't sit there and live with the fact, like, I'm going to die set on this date, and there's nothing I can do about it. At least it's how, it's like, okay, well, at least I can, like, I don't know, I don't have to worry about it. I'm just like, it's going to happen sometime. It's like now, it's going to happen sometime. And at least now I know that I'm not going to, maybe I'll go out peacefully when I'm 87 and sleeping instead of, I don't know, getting bit by a shark. I don't, you know.
So what if you get the time and it's 80 years in the future? Like,
Well, that's good.
Yeah,
But, like,
there's never going to be years in the future. Don't go there. Walker's going to turn into a supervillain and make everybody burn. He's going to kill us all. TSA, if you're watching this, his name is Walker Ogle.
I swear it's
Just putting this out there.
boy.
The backpack thing wasn't a joke either.
whoa.
It's a good thing he's homeschooled.
Okay, we have one small little would you rather. And this is, let me make sure it makes sense in my head, because this is what it said. It sounds a bit off. Would you rather, and I'm sure this applies to all of us,
Oh, sad and lonely something?
would you rather have your significant other
Yes. Look at me, I'm dressed like a fool. Yes.
It's the weird sign. I don't know what happened to it.
I just want love.
Oh yeah, there wasn't one. I just wanted to bring up the fact that we're all sad and lonely. Next up, we're gonna move right into sports. And Matthew's asleep, and Major L just coming out from the earnest. Now,
What is that? Man gave us a U.
Now, as you can see, that is going to be on the screen right about now. Look at Matthew's hair.
That's the graphic I was wanting, bro. Man, it looks like the kid from the Lorax. Can we get a shot of that? Is that copyrighted? Link in description for merch.
Now,
We don't have merch.
I'm just saying, with that light in your eye, you do be looking extra pale, like the figure.
Right, yeah.
Yeah, facts. Like, stop.
Yeah, maybe just turn it off instead of waving your hand in front of it.
If I turned it off.
It
Focus.
doesn't look like it. Yeah, you turn that light off that's shining right in your face. That's better.
Yeah.
That's better.
No, it's not.
The darkness hides your dark hair.
Hang on. It'll focus in a second.
Okay, well, Matthew's head's going to be covered anyways. It doesn't matter. So,
And we're back.
EJ, as we're recording this, it is Sunday, April 26th, 2020. And something recently just happened in the world of sports. The draft. And yes,
the WNBA draft.
About the WNBA
Let's
draft.
go. Last I checked, Candace Parker was still
In
playing.
all seriousness, we're talking about things that matter. We're talking about the NFL draft. And
Hey.
You guys hear that? Y'all hear that?
You're talking to yourself, bro.
he's talking to
Get a load of this guy.
Man's talking to his graphic all of a sudden.
We love women.
he's talking to whose graphic that's coming.
We love women, we just can't attain them.
We stand them.
You smell that? I smell a soup. Insert picture
of the actual NFL draft. And before we get into this, we're going to talk about a little bit of free agency. EJ, Rob Gronkowski out of retirement to the Bucks. How you feeling about that?
All I'm saying, if he was doing a cake stand every year at the end of each Super Bowl in Boston, can you imagine how many parties he's going to throw in Tampa Bay? That is going to be the place to be. It's a shame Antonio Brown can't get in there because one more hit, and he might actually do something bad.
Yeah.
He messed up.
Oh, Antonio.
Never the same since Burfict dropped his mind.
And as of today, Jameis Winston found his home with a one-year deal to the New Orleans Saints. I think this is great. I think Drew Brees is on his way out. Taysom Hill today also got a 2-year extension. So when Drew is gone, there's at least going to be some type of quarterback battle going on.
No.
No?
I mean, he got his eyes fixed and he got his shoulder fixed, but have you seen his workouts? Man's basically got like a little ball and he's just going, no, bro. He can't. Pocket awareness. That's
okay, so that's pretty much it. It's all free agency, Ben. You know, there's probably going to be more before the actual season, of course, if there ever is a season. But NFL draft, we are going to rank our top 5 best draft classes and our top 5 worst draft classes. EJ, start me off with your top 5 best draft classes.
Okay. So, number 1, I have, of course, the Denver Broncos. You know, we got we got the best receiver in the class. You know, I don't know what the Raiders were doing picking Henry Ruggs, but thank you, John Gruden, for once again being an idiot. We got, I don't know, we just got a lot more weapons. You know, Drew Lock's looking at this class. He's going to be excited. You know, we got Melvin Gordon in free agency. I think we're shaped for a 9-7 season. You know, turn the ship around, baby. The second, I'm gonna have to go with the Cowboys, and it pains me so much to say that. To think that they got probably one of the most athletic receivers in the class, and then after that, I have no idea. I just know that you just can't. It's so unbelievable that no one picked him up. And instead of drafting for need, which maybe Jerry should have done on his super yacht, he was like, you know what, Philadelphia, not this year. We're going 9-7. We will make the playoffs. Next up, the Giants. They had a sleeper draft, you know. They did the right thing. They got offensive linemen for Saquon and Daniel Jones. I would have liked to see them go at receiver, but, I mean, what can you do? Well, you could have done a lot with the 4th pick, but that's none of my concern, bro. Then, let's see, the Ravens. The Ravens just keep stacking dogs on dogs on dogs on defense. Their offense, they're reloaded. Like, they are – the AFC is so hard. Like, The Broncos aren't going to go 9-7. The Broncos are going to go 7-9 again, just because how hard the AFC is. And then last but not least, the Colts. The Colts are making moves, big play moves. They trade up Jonathan Taylor, already upgrade over Marlon Mack, probably one of the best running backs in college. That I don't know, not the best we've ever seen, but when you have 3,000-yard seasons at Nebraska and or Wisconsin, I don't know. We're gonna go with one of those, the red and white schools that aren't Ohio State. By the way, Ohio State can hold this L. And then they get a receiver. They get who was it? They get Pittman. Michael Pittman out of USC.
Yes, sir.
Paired with T.Y. So they got and Philly Rivers. They got old Philly Rivers. The Chargers were like, "Nah, fam, this ain't it no more." I think they did a good job. What are your thoughts?
My thoughts are, obviously both of us are slightly biased towards our team, but I'm going to have to go with, for my number one, the Cowboys, just because when it comes to best wide receivers in the draft, you look at Jerry Jeudy and CeeDee Lamb. Jerry Jeudy has probably the best route running, and CeeDee Lamb has probably the best playmaking skills ability. And that part's true. The Cowboys picked, but to be at 17, with the Cowboys, what happened there was what we needed was defense, obviously. That was our struggle point last year. We needed some type of secondary help or defensive edge help to help counter DeMarcus Lawrence. Well, if you don't pick CeeDee Lamb right there, somehow the Raiders, they don't pick up CeeDee Lamb. They go with Ruggs, which is not a bad pick, but he's not the best receiver in that class. And for CeeDee to fall there, you have to think about it as this. Would you rather have CeeDee Lamb and be able to try to pick up draft picks later in the draft with your defense, or let CeeDee Lamb slip into the Eagles' hands and have to go against them all year? So I think it was definitely a best player available over needs pick. But after that, they were able to pick up other players that fit perfectly into where they needed with, like, the SEJ.
We throw out the Raiders a lot. How about the Falcons having the pick in between errors and taking A.J. Terrell, a guy who got smoked at Clemson?
Oh, poor Falcons fans.
What do they think? They're like, you know what? Julio Jones, Calvin Ridley, that's it. Matt Ryan, we good. Let's just go get some second-string corner. But that's neither here nor there. Go ahead.
Well, the Cowboys pick up Trevon Diggs, Stephon Diggs' brother, which I think is a huge value pick. Basically the whole class until the 7th, which the 7th pick is questionable, the quarterback, but obviously the Mike McCarthy, the quarterback whisperer, wanted to pick somebody up, 7th pick, that's okay. And then, but other than that, the Cowboys got value picks at almost every single spot. What?
Do you see me laughing?
Yeah, I did. Your glasses were off like a full 10 seconds just looking.
Shout out to EP.
After that, I am going to have to go Broncos. I feel like their defense was already a force to be reckoned with in that division at least, if not that AFC. And they pick up wide receivers that are quality. I mean, great wide receivers. And they had some other value picks that were good. After that, I'm going to have to go with the Bucs, actually, because I think the Bucs got some very key pieces, because you have to think about it. They're in the same division with Drew Brees and the Saints. That's already going to be a matchup of ages right there. And to be able to pick up Tristan Wirfs, which is probably the most high potential offensive lineman in the draft, you can't go wrong. I know they had a sleeper pick in the 6th or 7th round of a wide receiver that was great. I forgot his name. I think his name is Tyler Johnson, I think is. He'll fit in perfectly with what they're trying to do.
About the 6'6" guy from
Devin Duvernay. Devin Duvernay is a fast kid from Texas. But they have what?
Didn't he go to the Ravens?
Did he? Did he go to the Ravens? He did go to the Ravens. That's
Colin Johnson is the one that's like 6'6", 230 something.
Yeah,
he's like Mike Evans.
But yeah, you're right. Either way, I think the Bucs had a really good, just because you have to protect Tom. That's your goal this year. You have a good defense. You have a good offense. Protect Tom Brady. After that, the Colts, at first the Titans were winning that division, because the Titans, with Deshaun Watson losing DeAndre Hopkins.
He didn't lose him. Bill O'Brien.
Bill O'Brien
took the fattest of hell.
That division was kind of headed in the Titans' direction, but the Colts had a very good draft with a solid backup quarterback in Jacob Eason behind him. is a good pick. And weapons, oh, man. They picked up some very nice weapons. A 1-2 punch between Marlon Mack and Jonathan Taylor is going to be quality. After that, I think it is a tie between the Dolphins and the Ravens. With the Ravens, like you said, they picked up just great player after great player, somehow stepping to them each time in the draft. I mean, they were already a good team with Lamar and company, and their defense just got better with him picking up. Was it Patrick Queen? I want to believe.
At LSU, yep.
LSU picking up that was huge. So Ravens definitely hit. And Dolphins. Now the Dolphins had, I think, upwards of 100 picks in this draft, and they were just able to select great player after great player, need players. They're helping out Tua. But obviously Tua, scary, might be injury prone, maybe, and they drafted him some nice offensive line pieces to counter with that.
That's the thing. Tua, just put it on the record. Tua will be a bust. Put it on the record. Me saying it was going to be a bust. I just don't think
Joe Burrow
hold up against these like giant NFL defenders. I can't see it happening. If he gets hurt, if he stays healthy, I'm sure he'll do fine. But if he gets hurt, he's a bust.
I agree. If he's healthy, I feel like he can at least compete between him and Josh Allen for the best in that division of quarterbacks.
Mm-hmm.
With that, we're going to switch to who had the worst drafts of this NFL draft. EJ, start us off, baby.
Okay. First off, I don't think it was the Packers' fault. Can we get a shot of what Bill Belichick was doing in the draft? A little bit like right here.
Yeah.
This is his dog. His dog was doing the Packers drafting. His dog actually out-drafted the Packers. His dog is so smart. He hacked into the Packers draft organization, drafted terrible players, and then turned something out of nothing with their first pick of the draft in the second round, a safety out of a D2 school, which is totally the Patriots. And Bill Belichick's just sitting there. Bill Belichick's like, yes, boy, you can do it. And his dog's just going off. I mean, why would you stop a dog when he was on a mission? That's the closest thing I've ever seen to Air Bud in a draft movie. All I'm saying. So yeah, Packers. That 1 through 5, Packers.
Packers. Is that what you're gonna say? Is it just Packers for you? Or do you have 4 more picks?
Let's see.
My picks 1 through 5 are the Packers.
Number 1, the Packers. Number 2, the Packers.
The Packers.
Now,
for you.
For me, obviously number 1 is the Packers. I don't understand how a Packers fan can justify not only drafting a quarterback in their first round with their quarterback,
trading up
to draft for their quarterback when their quarterback has a 4-year extension going place. You get to the NFC Championship, 1 game away from playing in the Super Bowl, and you draft somebody that's not going to help you for multiple years.
I'm sure Jordan Love's going to be a good quarterback by the time he's 25 and on his second NFL team. Quality.
You go into your second pick, and you select a running back. Oh, and I'm looking around. I'm trying to find, I don't know where this kid's from. I couldn't tell you off the top of my head. I know you have 2 running backs that are on their last year, but obviously you're going to re-sign Aaron Jones. And I think you can.
Zach Moss out of Utah?
I think you can find another running back equivalent of Zach Moss in the next year.
Why? There's so many questions. Why a running back? Why not? There were so many receivers left.
Exactly. Yeah.
I mean, you talk about
first two rounds. I think it was upwards of like 18 wide receivers. Can you count on your fingers how many the Packers took in the first 2 rounds?
Overall, there was 27 receivers taken overall, through the whole draft.
And how many were taken the first 2 rounds by the Packers? I already showed it, but it's 0. That's how many.
Yes. I mean, I get you have confidence in Devontae Adams, and then maybe
Lazard.
Adam Lazard and
I think they
Marquez
have a college
Valdez,
boy.
Scantling, Marquez Valdez, MSV. Those two guys, they're not. I mean, you don't know potential yet, but you know that.
You know you need help because you're a win now team, and that didn't help at all.
Well, exactly. It's just
So
sad to
the
see.
Packers may have got some later picks that were okay, but I'm be honest, I fell asleep trying to watch the Packers pick because it was a terrible draft. Terrible. And anybody trying to justify that is they're just trying to find a silver lining somewhere, and there's none.
For a dog, it was a good draft.
For a dog, it was a
good draft.
With my number 2 worst draft. Oh, thank you, Howie Roseman, the general manager of the Eagles.
Don't say anything to upset EDP.
I know.
Upset him.
EDP's had some great videos the past couple of days, and his feelings are how every Eagles fan should be. First round, Justin Jefferson, perfect present, just sitting there. And you take Jalen Reagor, who I'm looking at his
TCU
college, and you know what his problems were? His main problem?
Drops. Is he Nelson Aguilar? He's
Drops.
Nelson.
Can you imagine your biggest problem being wide receivers and offense, and you have a team that's infested with the drops with Nelson Aguilar? They did trade, and you select Jalen Reagor, who I don't think knows how to catch a football in the 2020. And then with their second round pick, Howie Glorious Roseman selects a quarterback that's probably going to get some playing time this year, considering Carson Wentz usually misses some games. Let's be honest. Jalen Hurts, don't get me wrong, Jalen Hurts will be a quality backup. But they need secondary. They just watched the Cowboys take CeeDee Lamb, and the Cowboys draft a good cornerback. Please, tell me why you select a quarterback, Jalen Hurts, in the second round, and want that to be okay. I've been looking through Twitter, and I've been seeing fans, and obviously the most Eagle thing to do and Cowboy hater thing to do on every post of the Cowboys, people just, you'll see, Cowboys select CeeDee Lamb, look at the offense. First comment's usually 8-8. I like that. That's actually funny. That's a quality joke. It's a quality joke. And then I saw one, this kid, he must have been under the age of 10. He had to be. He responded to a tweet and said, now the Eagles have 2 quarterbacks better than Dak Prescott. That's how I know inside they're hurting. When they have to say that, when they know their draft, you're not an Eagles fan, a good Eagles fan, if you think that their draft was good. When you look at their draft, they ended up drafting decent players, some decent wide receivers later on. But for what they had in the first 2 rounds, it's a blessed day to be a Cowboy. It's a blessed day. After that, I'm going to have to go with, I think, the Bills. The Bills had a very good pick, second round. I think they had a sleeper bad draft. They had a very good selection. Don't get me wrong. They had a very good selection with their first pick to help out on defense. But their flaw last year was offense. They need some playmakers, and they just didn't exactly grab who I think they needed to grab. Not that I'm upset with it because it's the Bills, but I'm gonna have to go with them for the third pick. After that, you can add in other things like maybe the Saints, questionably. I know their first round pick they chose a center who's not going to play center. He's going to play on the line. You can go with other things like maybe the Bears, Mitch Trubisky to the future. Mitch Trubisky to the future.
A tight end, which they need a tight end, but out of the tight ends in that class, there were no very good ones anyway. So
I agree. I think after that, it's really just who do you think didn't do as good? Because a lot of drafts were really good. The Browns had a good draft. The Steelers had a good draft. Other teams had a good draft. But the Packers and the Eagles. Imagine being an Eagles fan.
I think I know why you don't like the Bills.
No. You're going to say because they beat the Cowboys.
I know.
That is not the case.
I know you don't get into sports a whole lot, but can you tell me what happened Thanksgiving Day of this past year?
The Cowboys lost.
We lost.
They choked. And I think the Bills are fine. I think the Bills are a fine team. But I just think they missed.
Memes.
They needed weapons. And they did not draft weapons.
They got Stephon Gilmore. Cut that. They got Stephon Diggs.
We ain't cutting that.
They have Devin Singletary and Josh, the Wyoming boy, Allen. That's all. Well, maybe not all you need, but they address their issues for the most part. You know, they've got some good players coming back. You sleep. You sleep.
I'm not sleep.
Sleep on. The Bills are gonna win that division. Put my word on it.
Well, who are they going against? A Tom Brady-less Patriots team, a
I
Jets
didn't
team
say
who
it
have
was a hot take. I
five
said it
players
was
on
a
their team,
confident pick.
and the Dolphins who are rebuilding. If they don't win their division, they're trash. Straight garbage.
So
That can be said for the Cowboys as well, but
as long as you are really
that can be
getting it,
said. The Cowboys are a win now team. If they don't make playoffs, if they don't make past the first round of the playoffs, bad season, wasted season.
I'm not going to cap. The only way we're getting in is off this new format.
If old
Can't beat the
Chris
Chiefs.
Mahomes breaks his leg,
He'll still come back. He will still come back.
he'll come back and win now.
He'll be like, I just don't even my leg. I'm just going to throw it. Tyreek's going to smack a child and catch another touchdown.
All right, Matthew, you can come back onto the screen. Thank
I
you.
love watching Matt just sitting there, just staring into my soul, wondering what's going on.
Matthew, who's winning the Super Bowl this year? He's muted.
Sorry, I just realized
President,
sleep. But Cowboys, obviously.
Okay. Well, thank you guys so much for coming out for today's video,
asking me.
episode number 3. We are, I think, as of right now, I haven't checked in a couple hours, but at 149 views on our first video. Thank you guys so much. You're crushing it. You're killing it. Please leave a like and follow and subscribe if you're enjoying. Thank you, EJ. It has been an honor to have you and yourself on this video. We appreciate it.
Much love, brothers.
Thank
Any
you.
final words?
Much
If
love.
that's the case, then
No problem.
thank you for watching,
Cowboys.
and we're out. See ya.
Peace.